A great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need. Interesting interviews and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Tuesday, the last day of September for 2025, September 30th. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. For the fifth straight week, Nebraska is ranked number one in the latest AVCA coaches poll. The Huskers currently sitting at 12-0 on the season. We'll check out the top 10 for you this morning. The Nebraska football team preparing for Saturday's game against Michigan State. Both teams are currently 3-1 on the season. They're 0-1 in the conference. We'll get some comments coming up from Husker head coach Matt Rule as the Huskers begin their preparations for the Spartans on Saturday. The Big Ten Conference has announced that Nebraska's road game at Maryland on October the 11th will kick off at 2:30. Hastings College football team getting ready to play Northwestern on Saturday in Orange City, Iowa. We've got the latest NAIA football coaches top 25 poll, some high school volleyball, some softball to talk about, and a couple of NFL football games played last night with Miami and Denver picking up wins last night. And the Major League Baseball postseason gets underway today. We've got 4 wild card games. It's all-day, all-night affair with Major League Baseball today. So the postseason officially gets underway today. So a lot on the plate as we get you up, get you going here on this Tuesday morning as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
And a good morning. Yeah, lots to get to, lots on the plate. I guess we'll start with the Survivor. Looking at the numbers, we've trimmed the gap pretty considerably. 17.
Yeah, down to 17 survivors left in our pool. So this is week number 5 of the NFL season. So your Survivor picks have to be in, as usual, on Thursday by 6 p.m., We'll announce our Survivor picks for another week coming up on the show tomorrow. So we're down to 17. I think we lost, what did we lose, 5 last week?
We were at, 21?
21 or 22. So I know the Chargers, we had a couple of people on the Chargers last week. So those folks are ousted. But still 17 left in our Survivor pool. Of course, the grand prize going to be awarded since we get down to one lone survivor. You want to win a brand new 55-inch TV donated by Mid-America Truck Sales of Hastings. You get the flat top grill to maybe grill some stuff up for some of those fall tailgate parties. You've got the gift card to Moletta Vista Winery up in St. Paul. We're going to treat you to dinner and a few drinks out at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill of Hastings. You got the oil change from Condit Auto Care. And you've got the 60-minute head spa experience with KK and the crew down at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. So all that will go to our Survivor champion. And we're down to 17 people remaining in our pool.
Somehow you, me, and the IT guy all still alive.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
How'd that work? You look at our Blazing 5 picks, you look at most of our other predictions. We haven't been close. And here we are in Survivor, still alive, 17 people remaining, including the 3 of us. So we got that going for us.
Yeah, our
nice.
Blazing 5 wasn't very good last week.
No, it wasn't.
In fact, I already ran into the bookkeeper this morning.
Oh, God.
There's a contest in the local paper, the Hastings Tribune, that we've been doing for a number of years now. I went 12-0 last week. I went 12-0 in the Hastings Tribune little football contest that we have each and every week. I'm now tied with you-know-who for the top spot in this Tribune football prediction contest. Mm-hmm. The bookkeeper looked at me this morning and says, "Why can't you do that on your on your Blazing 5 picks. I mean, she threw the dish at me right off of the bat. I was
like, no good morning.
No good morning. No, what is on tap
just
for your
slapped in the face
today?
with a paper saying, what the hell is wrong with you?
I kind of showed her. I said, look at this, 12-0 last week in the Trib contest. She says,
do that.
Why can't you do that with your Blazing 5 picks? It's like she stuck the knife in me right off of the bat this morning and turned it just a little bit before she even said, good morning.
Why can't you do that on your Blazing 5 picks, you idiot?
Because it's harder. It's harder. We're picking against the spread on Blazing 5.
This is true. We can't pick against the spread on high school games. There you go.
NFL stuff last night. Let's start there.
Go ahead.
NFL stuff. A couple of games played last night. Miami beat the New York Jets by the score of 27-21. Denver knocked off hapless Cincinnati 28-3. Bengals are not good. The Bengals are not good. They were beaten by Denver last night, 28-3. Probably the biggest story out of the night, though, Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee during the game last night. He was hospitalized overnight. We're undergoing further testing. He entered last night's game with the Dolphins, their leading receiver, with 198 receiving yards. He's going to be done for a while. It's a season ender, and hopefully it's not a career ending, but a very gruesome injury last night to one of the top players in the NFL, and Tyreek Hill. So the Dolphins already suffering through a miserable season. Receive more bad news. Tyreek Hill is obviously going to be on the shelf for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's and you're gutted, right? I mean, and I think really the messages across the NFL for a veteran wide receiver to, at this stage in his career, have to go through that surgery, repair, rehabilitation. You start to think, man, like, is he going to be able to bounce back? Are we going to see the cheetah at some point again? So yeah, it's tough, and we wish him well, and prayers up certainly for Hill as he undergoes his rehabilitation. He received plenty of well wishes from across the NFL last night, but it was pretty gruesome to watch.
So Miami winning last night over the Jets, Denver over Cincinnati. I think we had one person that was on Denver in our Survivor Series, and that individual moves on, partly the 17 that are still alive. We mentioned Major League Baseball. Their postseason will get underway today with 4 wild card matchups. In the American League, Detroit will play at Cleveland. Boston is in New York. The National League Wild Card Series, San Diego at Chicago, Cincinnati at Los Angeles. These are all best of 3 affairs to get things started. So baseball gets underway today for their postseason. I think it begins at noon, and all 4 games obviously on the tube. You can watch Major League Baseball in the playoffs all day long into the night tonight. One manager that won't be back, and after you went on your little stint yesterday with the Cardinals, it is not him. Bruce Bochy is not going to return as the manager of the Texas Rangers next year. The Rangers finished 81-81 a season ago. So Bruce Bochy is out as the manager of the Texas Rangers.
So is Rocco Baldelli with the Minnesota Twins. So is Bob Melvin with the San Francisco Giants. Bruce Bochy is the one that gets my attention from the St. Louis Cardinals perspective. There's 2 managers. First of all, fire Ollie. Get rid of him. He's trash. He's done. We're done with Ollie. No more clown shows in St. Louis. Bruce Bochy would be an ideal candidate. Second, I want to go after Joe Madden, who led the Chicago Cubs to that magical run, who led the Tampa Rays on their World Series runs. Joe Madden is my guy. If St. Louis can go out and grab him, so there's 2 ideal candidates. But again, they have to do step 1, and that's foot to ass of Ollie Marmol and get him out of the dugout. But
you don't even have an opening. You don't even have an opening at St. Louis, and you're already going after a new manager.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You thought it would happen maybe yesterday. It didn't happen.
Well, yesterday was the ceremonial send-off, right? Like, John Mosliak gets on and does his end-of-the-year press conference, and he mentioned, like, in his press conference, he said the voices were loud and clear. We want a leadership change. And so he's like, I thought it was a good time to get out. No, you didn't. You were going to be gone if you didn't make that transition of leadership. And so then obviously today, you're not going to rain on a guy's going away party, right? Like by saying, oh, by the way, your manager's going out too. I would expect to see news this week. If there's not, I don't know. I'm going to be completely befuddled.
Are you wearing St. Louis attire today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your season is over.
And
put your St. Louis attire to the back of the closet and pull out your football gear.
What football gear?
Don't you have any football gear that you could wear instead of the St. Louis Cardinals? They are not in the postseason. Your season is over. Put the St. Louis Cardinals stuff to the back of the closet. Pull her out again in March or April of next year.
No. I'll wear what I want. You're not the government.
I guess you can. You can wear what you want.
Wear whatever the hell I want on this show.
You look kind of like a buffoon wearing your St. Louis Cardinals stuff. And like when the Chiefs get eliminated, I don't wear a lot of Chiefs stuff during the summer because it's not football season. You wear summer.
That's a very weird mental stretch there for daily attire.
Yeah, clothing.
It's still warm outside, so I'm still wearing summer gear. Summer gear means baseball jerseys. I haven't put them away yet. They're going to.
Don't you have any other jerseys besides the St. Louis Cardinals that you can wear?
Football jerseys are warm and heavy, and it's hot.
Yeah, it's going to be hot this week.
Jesus, it's still summer. Where the hell's my fall, Mike? I didn't get my spring. We transitioned straight from winter to summer. I'm not going to get a fall. We're going to go straight from this whatever hell elongated summer this is, and we're going to go straight to winter. My seasons, my reasons that I love living in this state, the fall and the spring, we haven't seen any of it. Typically, we get like a couple weeks, and it's like, now I remember why I love living here. We don't get that anymore. We go straight from summer to winter.
We're going to see highs in the 80s all week long this week. In fact,
it's October.
Friday we can see highs in the mid to upper 80s again. Can be hot for the football game on Saturday for the Huskers and the Spartans. So yeah, it's October though. It's October. So those are just some of the things that are going on. NFL football from last night, the big injury to Tyreek Hill. Major League Baseball postseason getting underway today. If you got some thoughts, if you'd like to chime in, you can on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line at 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. Got plenty of time to talk to you here this morning, either something we have brought up so far today, something on your mind, sports-related, or something that's non-sports related you want to talk about. Hey, give us a call, leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring those comments as well. So the Huskers will play Michigan State on this Saturday. Started diving into the Spartans yesterday as head coach Matt Rule started to talk about their opponents. Michigan State is going to be a challenge for us, I think. Both teams are 3-1 in the season. Both teams are 0-1 in the conference. Both teams coming off of a bye week a week ago. But the things that Michigan State does well are the things that we have had problems with, and that's Michigan State can throw the football. They've got a running type quarterback that runs around, and the Spartans very good on special teams. I'll tell you, when we check sports, they're one of the nation's leaders in net punting and kickoff returns and in punt returns. I think the Huskers will have their hands full coming up Saturday against Smarty. And the series indicates that. We've had a lot of close games with Michigan State. So we'll tee it up at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You'll be able to see it on FS1. Thoughts on the ball game on Saturday?
A question for you. If we beat Michigan, that whole whatever you were talking about, some of their stats and how they're going to present a challenge, that narrative is completely different. Am I correct in assuming that? If we beat Michigan, that narrative of, Michigan State might give us a handful is probably different if we're 4-0 right now.
But we're not, and we didn't beat Michigan. So those problems still exist.
This is where I start to get frustrated from the fan base perspective, because we had one close game against a top 25 caliber opponent, against a Michigan team who is probably better than us at current, because our defensive line is still young and we got to get back to basics and learning how to tackle and wrap up. That's on the run game. Our secondary is so damn dominant against the pass, and so that area where you said their passing attack, I think we have the clear-cut advantage. This is a double-digit victory in my book. Period. I mean, as things start out, you don't lose to a Michigan State if you're a program that's going to have championship caliber mentality. And all season long, we've been talking about that championship caliber mentality. So you don't have a close game against Michigan State. This is one that you put the car in drive and you floor. I don't see any issues with the Huskers being able to handle the Spartans. I just don't.
Double-digit victory on Saturday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Without a doubt. This is one you got to put. This and it's on. We've had 2 weeks to stew on this loss. We had our bye week.
So did they.
And
they lost their last game.
And so you've got Coach Rule that's going to come in, and we fix the issues. We're going to play angry. We're going to play chippy. I hope that we play into a sense where we don't get too emotionally or over emotional and make dumb mistakes, silly, shoot ourselves in the foot penalties. But I'm going to see an aggressive Husker team that's going to be hungry and tear apart the Spartans. Double-digit victory. Wow.
I haven't even looked. The point spread for the bowl game on Saturday, have you looked?
It's 10.5.
It's 10.5?
10.5, and I think we cover that pretty easily.
Wow, an early prediction. Could that be part of your Blazing Five for Friday? Do you feel that confident in putting the Huskers in the Blazing Five coming up this week?
You know me. It's sacrilegious to bet on Nebraska. That's asking for trouble. I've never bet on the Huskers.
So you're just throwing this out as a special pick.
I'm just telling you. Get on Nebraska.
Okay.
And get on Nebraska early.
10.5 points, huh?
Because I think that point spread will only increase.
Oh, around here it will.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's be drinking the Roulade this weekend. It's homecoming. It's homecoming Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's a Memorial Stadium, so you've got that going as well. So, all right, just some early thoughts on the Huskers and Michigan State. If you'd like to chime in with us, go ahead, leave us your thoughts, some early thoughts on the matchup this week, Nebraska and Michigan State. Again, 3 o'clock kickoff time. You'll be able to see it on FS1 this week. So those are some of the things that's going on in the sports world here today as we get you up and get you rolling. Let's get our first check on news, shall we? It's 7:20 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Last year, Nebraskans made their voices pretty loud and clear by rejecting private school vouchers at the ballot box. But wait, yesterday, surrounded by students, staff, parents, and members of Nebraska's congressional delegation, Governor Jim Pillen signed an executive order at St. Teresa Catholic School in Lincoln indicating the state's intent to opt into a federal scholarship tax credit that was signed into law by President Donald Trump. It was part of that one big, beautiful bill. The program paves the way for new school choice opportunities beginning in 2027. Nebraska nonprofit Stand for Schools said in a statement that opting into the program goes against the will of Nebraskans. The Nebraska State Education Association, sharing similar concerns, Pillen doesn't care and even undermine the entire constitutional process. His statement said that the ballot initiative process is flawed and that Nebraskans support school choice. Going, quote, "The ballot initiative, in my humble opinion, needs work. In Nebraska, any ballot initiative, we're Nebraska nice. We never say no. We vote for things," end quote. The thing is, Governor, we didn't vote for school choice by a 20% gap. The same gap as medical marijuana was voted in for. But yesterday, Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers announcing that his office is issuing a cease and desist letter to 12 retail locations and franchise stores that sell synthetic THC-containing products in Auburn, Beatrice, Columbus, Plattsmouth, Schuyler, Tecumseh, and York. Hilger said his office has now sent cease and desist letters to every known retail store in Nebraska that sells THC products, alerting them to the illegal and unlawful products being sold. The letters sent to the stores claim that many THC-containing products their companies sell misrepresent the concentrations and types of THC contained in the products, making product labeling deceptive, unfair, and unsafe. 7:22. Swing things over to you. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, for the fifth straight week, Nebraska is ranked number one in the latest ABCA coaches poll. The Huskers currently sitting at 12-0 in the season. Texas is second, followed by Kentucky, Stanford, and Pittsburgh. Rounding out the top 10 are Louisville, Wisconsin, Arizona State, Texas A&M, and Minnesota. Purdue is 13th, Penn State is 16th, USC is 17th, and UCLA is 24th. Creighton checks in at number 14. The Nebraska football team is preparing for Saturday's game against Michigan State. Both teams are 3-1. They're 0-1 in the conference. The Spartans averaged 375 yards of total offense per game, including 220 yards through the air, while scoring more than 34 points per contest. Michigan State also has one of the nation's best special teams units, ranking among the leaders in net punting, kickoff returns, and punt returns. Kickoff for the game will be at 3. You'll be able to see it on FS1. The Big Ten Conference has announced that Nebraska's road game at Maryland on October the 11th will kick off at 2:30 and will be televised on BTN. This will be Nebraska's second appearance on BTN. Hastings College football team getting ready to play Northwestern on Saturday in Orange City, Iowa. The Broncos are 2-3 on the season after Saturday's 41-31 loss to Morningside. The Red Raiders are 2-2 after dropping a 22-21 decision to Dordt last week. Northwestern has won the last 18 games in the series. In fact, the last Broncos victory was on October the 23rd of 2004 when they won 20-14. Kickoff for the game on Saturday will be at 1:30. We'll have the contest on Extreme Sports beginning with Pigskin Preview at 12:30. Grandview of Iowa is ranked number 1 in the latest NAIA Football Coaches Top 25 poll. Morningside is 4th. Dordt is 13th. Concordia is 19th. And Northwestern is number 22. High school volleyball today, Waverly plays at Hastings High. Adams Central is at Northwest. In high school softball today, Adams Central is at McCook, and Hastings plays at Kearney. In the NFL last night, Miami beat the New York Jets 27-21. Denver knocked off Cincinnati 28-3. Again, Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his left knee during last night's game, and he was hospitalized overnight while undergoing further testing. Hill entered last night's game, the Dolphins' leading receiver, with 198 receiving yards. The Major League Baseball postseason gets underway today with 4 wild card matchups. In the American League, Detroit will play at Cleveland, and Boston is at New York. The National League matchups will have San Diego at Chicago, Cincinnati at Los Angeles. All the wild card matchups are best-of-3 affairs. That's a check on your sports headlines. 7:25 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Tuesday's warm and breezy, but a few more clouds throughout the day and a little cooler with the high around 80 degrees. Southerly winds 5 to 15 with gusts around 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll have a low of 60 with mostly clear skies. Warming back up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Mostly sunny, a high of 83 Wednesday. Thursday, plenty of sunshine, a high of 86. And almost up to 90 on Friday with plenty of sunshine. That's Check Your Forecast.
As you wake up, get going this morning, south winds at 8 miles per hour. It is cloudy. It is 62 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Veronica with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Tuesday. Again, thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, maybe on your smartphone with your free mobile app, smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're listening to us. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. Yeah, a lot happening there in the news. What happening in the news? Why do we waste so much time with these ballot initiatives if the lawmakers and the governor just kind of do what the hell they want to do?
Starting to ask those questions myself. What good is it to go and do the most constitutional duty that we can do as citizens and make our voice heard and have 60% of a population say we want one thing and then have the government say, well, here's what we're going to have instead?
Yeah, it doesn't seem right, does it?
Huh.
School choice, marijuana, even gambling in the past few years. They just kind of do whatever they want.
paid sick leave come through, but that got scaled down. That goes into effect officially on Wednesday, but that was scaled down as it worked through the legislature from the original intention of the bill that we signed for.
Well, people got to remember that when you go to the ballot box. People get smart when you vote. Just don't go down and check one party and say, yep. Know what the hell you're voting for. This is what we get. This is what we get. So, anyway, just thought that was kind of interesting there.
Interesting is a good PG way to describe emotions of some Nebraska voters today.
We try to keep this show the G-rated category.
We try to keep it in the middle too. We don't want to rock the boat too hard one way or the other. God forbid.
But God, you got to have some kind of feelings today. The news that you just ripped on us.
It's the quote that does it for me.
Oh, yeah.
We're Nebraska nice. We never say no. We vote for things. Like, you're just basically telling us that we're idiots. And that
we're idiots and we don't know what the hell we're voting for. That's a quote from our governor.
That's the way I read it. That's the way it sounds to me. Like he's just saying, oh, you don't know anything, Tyson. I saw your Blazing 5. You don't know anything. Vote for this.
Yeah. All right. If you'd like to chime in, you can. 402-834-1330. Certainly some things going on in the news. If you want to talk about those, we're a sports talk show, but we're also everything else, too. So if you want to talk about something newsy, that's all right. Give us a call on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. Leave us a message on our social media sites as well. Let's talk some Husker football. We heard Matt Rule for the first time this week. He talked about the matchup coming up Saturday against Michigan State. The Spartans have got a pretty good quarterback we're going to be seeing on Saturday. His name is Aiden Childs. He has thrown for 868 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception in the first 4 games of the season.
Well, they're a pro-style offense, and so he does all the pro-style things. He's truly playing quarterback. He's checking runs. He's going, outside zone to outside zone away. He's going, outside zone to naked or play action. He's going play action to play action away. So he's a thinking man's quarterback, which I respect. He's completing 77% of his passes, right? So he's taking what's there. He's protecting the football, and he is dynamic. He can run. We'll obviously see the quarterback draw and all the things that we've seen, so we'll have to be prepared to stop that. But it's also his ability to run behind the line of scrimmage when needed to and create plays. But an explosive player, one of the better quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
Both teams lost their last games. Both teams coming off of a bye week. But the coach says Nebraska got better during this bye week.
Yeah, we went good on good. We wanted to get back to just playing football. And that's something I think most people do during the bye weeks. Maybe the second bye week you rest up a little bit, but we understand that we have to. We're one of the top teams in the country throwing the ball. We're one of the top teams in the country at pass defense. We are not there running the football. We are not there stopping the run. And obviously, we talked about protecting the, setting the pocket. So there's areas that we need to get significantly better at, and I don't know how to get better at running the ball and stopping the run other than to practice. So we went good on good. We worked those things. We have a lot of D linemen getting a lot better. As I've said, I know it's just the football part of it. If a lot of the runs aren't necessarily always on the D line, they're on everybody. It takes all 11 guys to run the football and stop the run. That being said, I think everyone got better during the bye week and also had a chance to kind of catch their breath over the weekend. And they came back; they were ready to work last night. We're off today, and we'll get after it tomorrow.
Run the damn ball.
The coach also says the team was frustrated after that loss to Michigan.
Yeah, no one cares about your feelings. I was frustrated. They're frustrated. Play better. That's the message. Just play better, practice better. It's just no one's coming to rescue you. There's a lot of really good teams out there that are frustrated after a loss. I watched a lot of really good football teams on Saturday, and teams that were behind came back and won. Teams that were ahead lost. Teams lost on 2-point conversions. Teams lost on a field goal. It's just the new age of football. There's a lot more parity. You lose the game, correct it, move on. So we've tried to correct it. We've tried to move on. I think good teams never let a game beat them twice. So that can sometimes be hard to do, but there's no time to wallow in self-pity.
We talked about the special teams for Michigan State. Their punter, Ryan Eckley, averages 53 yards per kick.
He's an NFL punter. It's impressive what he can do. We also have a really good punt return team. So they have an excellent punt team. We have an excellent punt return team. So we'll have to make good decisions backed up. At the same time, we want Jacory to catch the ball and go try to make something happen. We're here to play football. Okay, so. We're going to try to win the game. We're going to try to play football. We're not going to just, fair catch everything. We're going to try to go make some plays. And so I trust Jacory, but it's really not Jacory. It's the 10 guys in front of him, that give him a chance. And but the punter's excellent. They're their punt return team, and they're number one in the country in punt returns too. So they've got excellent special teams, but we like our special teams too, and it should be a great battle.
Okay, listening to Matt Rule, the head coach for the Huskers, as Nebraska gets ready for Saturday's game against Michigan State. The coach says Nebraska's offensive line needs to be physical in the contest with Smarty.
They know what they need to do. That's a group of guys that love this university and love the football team and give everything they have. But we're going to face another big, powerful unit. On both sides of the ball, Michigan State's offensive line and defensive line are going to come in here and try to push us around. And we have to be ready for that. So we went against each other last week, but now we got to go against another opponent. And so it's time that we get punched in the face. We can't cover up. We got to come out swinging. I know they're going to come out swinging, so I'm expecting us to.
And again, coming off of that bye week, the coach says him and his staff have sat down and broke down everything football-wise with the Huskers going into the ball game on Saturday.
A lot of times you have a bye and the other team doesn't have a bye. So, you're kind of waiting for the next game. But since we both had a bye, there's a lot more work to be done on your next opponent. But I think we're looking at ourselves and saying, okay, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? And then all I ever ask our guys to do is, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? Whatever we're not doing well, what's the plan to fix it? Is it to double down and do it better? Is it to tweak it, to change it? And I just ask the guys, are we doing the right things? Are the right people doing the right things? Way back when at Penn State, we were always told, the right defense with the wrong player is never as good as the wrong defense with the right player. And so defense to me is about, warriors getting off blocks, making tackles, knocking balls out, hitting quarterbacks, picking balls off. That's, our guys on defense, they know they played a lot of really good plays against Michigan. And they let a couple plays get away from them. And that's, again, there's two different feelings, right? None of them are acceptable. But if you're sitting there and there's just 6 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, it's like, gosh, we can't stop them. This was stop, then boom, So if you look at our numbers, our 20-plus play percentage, we're one of the better teams in the country. We're literally on defense. We're pretty much in the top 25 in every category that we pay attention to until you get to that run area. And then all of a sudden it's like, ugh. And it's big. It's explosive runs, but it's also 6+ runs, and it's all correctable. So I think we've been just looking at hey, are we doing the right things? Are we doing the right things with the right people? And who do we have that we can also use? Not saying you're just going to change people out, but let's bring some more people to the party if they're ready. So it was a good week, I think, for all that stuff. And then just to look at Michigan State, they're a running football team. So again, they're an outside zone football team. All the things that have been giving us trouble, they do. It's a quarterback who can run, who can move. So it's not like it's any different. So we had to work a lot on that this week.
All right, that's Husker head coach Matt Rule. Huskers and Michigan State Saturday at 3 on FS1. Kind of the second part of the season. You can kind of break this season into 3 parts. We're through the first one now, the non-conference schedule, including the game against Michigan. Mm-hmm. On Saturday, had the bye week. Now we got games with Michigan State, Maryland, a Friday game against Minnesota, a game against Northwestern, and USC and UCLA before we get another bye week in there in mid-November. Then we come back and finish with 2 games against Penn State and Iowa. So if we're going to be contenders, this is second phase of the schedule, we're going to have to play well. Some good teams coming up here.
Yeah, going to have to play winning football. And my full expectation is that this is a stretch where you go 4-0 before you go into California. I fully expect us to be 4-0 heading into that matchup with USC, with 4 more wins in the bank. And
wow.
I don't think that's not a wow factor, right? That's not breaking news. That's the expectations of this football team, because we are that good. And we should start to recognize that. Matt's right. It hasn't been exhausting watching the defense. The defense has given up some big plays, sprinkled in a handful of great plays that they've made defensively. We're not watching this team just chew up the clock and go up and down the field and do whatever the hell they want. We're watching teams that will get a pop play and change the tide and change the momentum. It all comes back, though, to his statement. We've got to be able to be the ones that control that game offensively. And right now, we're an offense that can drive down the field and then get to the red zone and be like, okay, what do we do down here? I don't know. Let's get cute with it. I felt Michigan, a lot of times in that Michigan matchup, we got cute. And we didn't need to. We just need to line up and go hit somebody in front of you, and move the ball forward. Whether that's through the air, with a designed passing attack that runs stuff over the middle, and keeps things short and picks up plays. But I'm tired of this behind the back stuff. These little flips that we do. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of pass protection. Our offensive line's been great. Let's just go down and let's execute basic fundamental football. And if we do that against this next 4 opponents, this stretch, we're 4-0. We're 4-0 in the second stint of the season before we get set for the Cali matchups. Run the damn ball. I think we can do it.
Yeah, you get down to the red zone. Andy Reid sometimes with the Chiefs is in a very similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs get down in the red zone sometimes, and Andy Reid will pull out some exotic play for the Chiefs to run to try to get cute to get into the end zone.
Don't need it, because you just drove down the field with basic fundamental football. And then you get down there, and then you're like, okay, well, let's set up our cute scoring play. No, just stick to basic fundamental football that drove you down there in the first place.
It looks good on the highlights.
I don't want to look good on the highlights. I want to look good in the top 25 college football poll.
How about top 10?
I want to look good when the playoff committee goes and makes their selections. That's where I want to look good. And they don't take into account how cute.
Yeah, how cute we got into the end zone with. So
they're looking at results. They're looking at point margins. They're looking at margins of victory. So let's just get back to basic fundamental football and let's go kick their ass on Saturday.
We're going to be hearing from the coordinators today as Huskers will practice today, and then of course the game coming up on Saturday. So that's going on with Husker football here today. Anything else on the plate for Husker football we need the tag on here?
I don't think so, man. Like, I'm just
your feelings have been known.
I'm anxious to get this one underway. I'm anxious to watch that horrible taste of a loss out of the mouth and kind of get back to a more refreshed fan base, a more energetic fan base. Man, Husker Nation right now, we got the number 1 volleyball team in the nation. We got a football team that's playing a hell of a lot better than where we did 1 year ago, and it still feels like I'm treating my clients with depression when they come into the pub and want to talk Huskers with me. And it's like, guys, the sky hasn't fallen. We lost 1 game to a top 25 team. We will rebuild from this, and we will get better. And I have every confidence in the world that when he says, we got better this week in the bye week, that he means it. Because he's given no indication that he would lead us in a different direction and tell us one thing and then have something behind the scenes be completely different, you know?
Oh, coaches don't do that.
Well, Rule doesn't do that.
No, they tell you exactly what's going on.
Rule does.
Coaches never do that.
Some do, but Rule's different, man. Rule's different.
All right. We just hopefully they go out and do their thing on Saturday.
Again, 1 or 100. Let's get a victory.
We're going to go with double digits, you said. Double digits.
One or 100. I don't care. Let's just win the damn thing.
Let's just win the game. 402-834-1330, our number if you want to chime in with us here today. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. Anything on your mind today? Got plenty of time to chat with you here today. Leave us a message on our social media sites as well. As far as our coverage this week, Friday night we'll have a high school football, Aurora and Adams Central. That game will go at 7. 6:45 for the pregame show here on Extreme Sports. We're also going to be in Sutton on Friday night for the Battle of Clay County. That should be a good one. Sutton and Sandy Creek. That game will kick off at 7. Pregame show will be at 6:45 on Extreme Sports 2. So we'll have the Patriots here on Extreme Sports 1. We'll have Sandy Creek and Sutton on the Friday night on Extreme Sports 2. Then we'll load up the gang and we'll head for Orange City, Iowa for the ball game on Saturday. Hastings College playing the Red Raiders of Northwestern. They moved the kickoff back to 1:30. It's homecoming this week in Orange City. So 1:30 for the kickoff, 12:30 for a pigskin preview on this Saturday. So a couple of good high school football games on Friday night. We'll have Hastings College on the air for you on Saturday. That's the week in sports as far as our broadcast schedule is concerned.
There we go. Today, by the way, here on this glorious 30th day of September, it is National Chewing Gum Day today. To encourage people to chew gum and pop bubbles, I guess. It is International Podcast Day to promote and create podcasts.
That's right down our road there.
I was going to say, give several subtle plugs to ourselves. Of course, you can download the podcast of this show after the show's conclusion and enjoy us on any one of our social media platforms. Anyways, sorry for this little plug. It is also Ask a Stupid Question Day today.
Oh, go ahead.
Are we eligible to win the prize package if we win Survivor?
God, you know the answer to that. I haven't got anything pushed through.
Is that a stupid
department.
question?
That is kind of a stupid question. Because you and me and the IT guy are all still alive.
We're 3 of the 17.
3 to the 17.
KK's still alive. She's going to give herself a head spa massage. What if she wins?
Yeah, what happens if she wins?
What if she wins? Is she eligible? Because how's that fair? They're in the same household.
Well, let's see. If
she's eligible, then we should be eligible too.
What happens if we get down to the final couple of weeks and it's all our people?
Precisely.
Oh, this week is going to be a tough week, though. Have you even looked at the games?
No, I haven't even started.
I opened it last night just to see if something would pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really pops out this week for Survivor, so you better make some time into your busy schedule today to do some studying. The 17 people that we got still involved in Survivor, nothing is going to just pop out this week. And depending on who you have used in the first 4 weeks, you won't be able to use those teams again. So I've used some heavy hitters here early in the season to get me into week 5. Haven't used the Chiefs yet, though. I still got Kansas City at my disposal.
When are
You've
they?
used Buffalo.
When is Kansas City? Oh, Kansas City's Monday.
Yep.
Against the Jaguars.
Against the Jags. Is that a home game? I don't think it is.
Nope. You're going to
they're
Jacksonville.
It's Kansas City at Jacksonville. That's probably one I'll look at this week. Except Jacksonville's playing decent. They're playing better than they have in the past. So that might not be a sure one either.
I don't think I've used Detroit.
I used Detroit last week.
I haven't used Detroit yet. They've got the Bengals, and they're in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, that might be. What's that point spread, I wonder?
That's a tenner.
That's a 10?
That's a tenner.
But I used Detroit last week, so I'm not eligible to play the Lions. That might be the hot pick, though. But a lot of people used the Lions last week.
A lot of people have already used Detroit.
Yep.
I still have them in the bank.
They'll have to look elsewhere.
You got Minnesota playing Cleveland. Cleveland's not very good. You've got Indianapolis. Remember when I picked the Colts and you made fun of me? They got the Raiders. That doesn't look like such a bad pick now. Indianapolis is playing pretty good football.
They are. Indianapolis.
I'm curious
and
about
Raiders.
the Commanders and the Chargers game. Obviously, that all depends upon Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
and
I don't think he's going to play, is he?
I hope he does, because I need him back on my fantasy football team ASAP.
All right, so those are
Justin Fields was not the answer for my quarterback situation last night. God, he was miserable. I don't even think he scored a point.
That ain't good.
Tell me about
it. Ain't good. So there's a couple of anything else pop up on the NFL schedule?
Well, the Rams and the 49ers on Thursday, but you know, me and Thursday games aren't going to get along.
Yeah,
so.
you won't do anything there.
No.
All right, so those are some of the games you can look to for Survivor with 17 people still involved in our Survivor pool.
Mm-hmm. You going to watch baseball all day today?
I got a lot of things going. I'll probably flip it on and have it on. But as far as sitting my butt in the chair for 12 solid hours.
It would be 12 solid hours by the time it's complete.
That's what I mean. It starts at noon, doesn't it?
Yep.
So starts at noon.
Noon to 5 and 8.
And there's a West Coast game.
Dodgers are on the West Coast.
Yeah, so you know it'll be midnight. So no, I'm probably not going to sit down for 12 solid hours to watch Major League Baseball, but I'll probably have it on while I'm doing everything else around here. So, yeah, I'll probably have it on. 402-834-1330, our number. If you want to chime in with us here today, it's a 7:52 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
All right, let's get to it. Last year at the ballot box, Nebraskans made their voices loud and clear. They rejected private school vouchers. So yesterday, surrounded by students, staff, parents, and members of Nebraska's congressional delegation, Adrian Smith and Mike Flood, Governor Jim Pillen signed an executive order at St. Teresa's Catholic School in Lincoln, indicating the state's intent to opt into the federal scholarship tax credit that was signed into law by President Trump. It was part of that one big, beautiful bill, and this program paves the way for new school choice opportunities beginning in 2027. Nebraska nonprofit Stand for School said in a statement that opting into the program goes against the will of Nebraskans. The Nebraska State Education Association sharing similar concerns. Pillen doesn't care, and he undermined the entire constitutional process, saying that the ballot initiative process is flawed and that Nebraskans actually support school choice. Saying, quote, "The ballot initiative, in my humble opinion, needs work. In Nebraska, any ballot initiative, we're Nebraska nice. We never say no. We vote for things," end quote. The thing is, Governor, we didn't vote for school choice, and it was actually by a pretty resounding gap, a 20% gap on the polls. The same gap as medical marijuana was voted for. But medical marijuana is now set to be the most restrictive of all the states that allow medical marijuana. The same 20% gap voted for paid sick leave, but that was scaled down by the Nebraska legislature too. That will officially go into law tomorrow. Meanwhile, Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilger is announcing yesterday that his office has issued cease and desist letters to 12 retail locations and franchise stores that sell synthetic THC-containing products in Auburn, Beatrice, Columbus, Plattsmouth, Schuyler, Tecumseh, and York. Hilger said his office has now sent cease and desist letters to every known retail store in the state that sells THC products, alerting them to the illegal and unlawful products being sold. Hilger's office is demanding that each store cease all sales of the THC-containing products and return a signed assurance of voluntary compliance document to avoid a lawsuit. Stores that refuse may face litigation, penalties, or fees to the fullest extent allowed by law. Hammer down. It is 7:55, 5 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's swing things over to Mike Will for your check on sports.
For the fifth straight week, Nebraska is ranked number 1 in the latest AVCA coaches poll. Huskers are 12-0 in the season. Texas is second, followed by Kentucky, Stanford, and Pittsburgh. Running out the top 10 are Louisville, Wisconsin, Arizona State, Texas A&M, and Minnesota. Purdue is 13th, Penn State is 16th, USC is 17th, and UCLA is 24th. Creighton checks in at number 14. The Nebraska football team preparing for Saturday's game against Michigan State. Both teams are 3-1, 0-1 in the conference. Kickoff will be at 3. You'll be able to see it on FS1. Big Ten Conference has announced that Nebraska's road game at Maryland on October the 11th will kick off at 2:30 and will be televised on BTN. Hastings College football team getting ready to play Northwestern on Saturday in Orange City, Iowa. The Broncos 2-3 in the season after Saturday's 41-31 loss to Morningside. The Red Raiders 2-2 after dropping a 22-21 decision to Dordt last week. Northwestern has won the last 18 games in the series. Kickoff for the game on Saturday will be at 1:30. We'll have the contest on Extreme Sports, beginning with Pigskin Preview at 12:30. Grandview of Iowa ranked number 1 in the latest NAIA football coaches top 25 poll. Morningside is 4th. Dordt is 13th. Concordia is 19th. Northwestern is number 22. High school volleyball today. Waverly plays at Hastings High. Adams Central is at Northwest. High school softball. Adams Central is at McCook. Hastings plays at Kearney. In the NFL last night, Miami beat the New York Jets 27-21. Denver knocked off Cincinnati 28-3. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:57.
Tuesday's warm and breezy, but a few more clouds throughout the day and a little cooler with the high around 80 degrees. Southerly winds 5 to 15 with gusts around 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll have a low of 60 with mostly clear skies. Warming back up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Mostly sunny, a high of 83 Wednesday. Thursday, plenty of sunshine, a high of 86. And almost up to 90 on Friday with plenty of sunshine. That's Check Your Forecast.
We've got south winds this morning at 8 miles per hour. It is cloudy. It is 62 in Hastings at Extremes.
At Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center in Hastings, you can now experience the Balancer Pro lymphatic system, a relaxing, touchless treatment that works while you simply sit back. Using the principles of manual lymphatic drainage, it helps flush out swelling, reduce toxins, ease muscle soreness, and promote total body wellness. Whether you're recovering from surgery, looking to contour and tone, aiming for weight loss, or just wanting to feel lighter and more energized, the Balancer Pro lymphatic system delivers results you can feel immediately. Perfect for athletes, post-op recovery, detox, or anyone who just wants to look and feel their best, because it's for everybody with a body. Come try it today at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Miletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maleta Vista features award-winning wine, select beers, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MaletaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maleta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Bronick with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday, the final day of September. Wow, tomorrow will be October 1st.
Payday!
Then it will feel like fall, even though the temperatures won't correspond to the calendar.
No.
But it's going to be October. So, all right.
Damn it. I want my fall.
That's okay.
Give me spooky season.
Yeah, Halloween.
Give me sweaters. I want chill in the air.
But you'll still be wearing your Bermuda shorts until like in November.
Yeah, but that's when they're the most comfortable.
When do you actually put your shorts away for the year?
Nope.
Like you'll find places in December.
Yep.
To wear your shorts.
I mean, most days actually.
Yeah, I can't remember. God, I can't remember seeing you in a pair of pants. I'm sure there are some instances during the winter that you.
I have a single pair of blue jeans.
You got one pair?
One pair of blue jeans.
How do you get through the winter?
Easily.
Like if it's 30 below, you're going to walk outside with shorts on?
Well, I'm not outside for very long.
You got to go to your car. You got to go to your classroom.
Yeah, but the car's warm.
But you will sprint from your car into your classroom?
I don't sprint.
This
body don't sprint.
You will walk at a increased pace?
Unless it's slippery outside. You got to take it easy. You got to do the penguin walk. Wow. It's not that bad.
Wow. That might be the most impressive thing I know about you.
Wakes you up a little bit.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And some mornings, more people ought to maybe wear shorts when it's 35 below hours.
Dude, yeah, screw the 2 cups of coffee and a cold shower. Just hop outside with shorts on.
Put your shorts on.
You'll be ready to roll in no time.
Amazing. 402. Well, we don't care. We don't want people calling out. It shows up. I was going to say you got to reach the podcast. I was going to invite people to call in, but if you want to call in, I suppose you can still talk to me.
Snooze, you lose.
I'm not going to be on the air. Go to our podcast is what I was going to say. If you'd like to listen to the show again, go to our podcast, download the podcast, and listen to the show again at your convenience. Make plans to be here again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. We'll get you our Survivor picks tomorrow. IT guy has chimed in on our social media sites while we were at commercial break there. He's leaning Cards over the Titans this week.
Not a bad pick.
For maybe a Survivor pick.
Not a bad
I don't think I've used Arizona yet, so that is a possibility. I mentioned the Chiefs maybe this week. So anyway, get your studying done on Survivor. Picks need to be in by Thursday at 6. I can't stress that enough. We've had a couple of people that have spaced it off, and then they're whining because they didn't get their picks in. We can't override the system. So if you can't get your picks in by Thursday at 6 p.m., you'll go down as a loss, and you're out. 17 people are still alive in survivors. So, all right, we've reached the end. We'll do it again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports.